All right, all right, all right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Okay, well, so we're back and hope everybody is nice and warm and safe and all that good stuff. We got a lot going on, man. Um, so there was another ICE related shooting in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Um, it was a 37-year-old male. He was an ICU nurse. And from my understanding, it was supposed to be an anti-ICE protest where this shooting occurred. So, yeah, that's that. And then also, Winter Storm Anton continues. So let's get into this. Let's go ahead and tackle the ice shooting first.
Yeah, yo, that ice shooting stuff. This is the second one. Um, within a few weeks or whatever, however long it was. The other one was not that long ago, but like I said on the last one, this ain't our fight. You know what I'm saying? It's really not. We don't know what they got going on out here. Um, yeah, we need to stay out the way. That's just the bottom line. Just stay out the way of everything and maintain your own household. Don't get into other people beefs or problems or whatever it is they got going. Um, that's just my take on it.
Yeah, to a certain extent, I agree. I definitely agree with it's kind of one of those situations where we just really need to mind our business. So I can agree with that. Um, the other part of this, my opinion is that I don't know how, you know, in this day and time that we live in, I don't know what's real and what's fake. And I'm not trying to make light of the situation, but just from my own background and what the just the research that I was doing, I noticed something that the pictures and the video and the audio and everything was just so clear. We talking about 4K, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like when other situations have occurred, we lack, there's not a lot of information out there. We covered the story of the monkeys in Mississippi and how there were hardly any photographs of said wreckage. There was no wreckage photos. They never interviewed the driver. They never stated what actually happened in the accident, how these lab monkeys got loose. I mean, it was just so much information that was lacking. And then this shooting occurs and we got all types of photographs. I'm not trying to be too, go too far on the deep end with these conspiracy theories, but there's been talks about crisis actors and things that they will push out there just to push an agenda. So that's kind of my take on it. I could be dead wrong, but that's just my take on it.
Yeah, for sure. I can definitely smoke a bag of that. Um, you never know what, like I said, we talk about the government all the time, so you never know what's up these folks' sleeves. Period. It's like it's like what a coincidence. These cameras all around. They professional pics, like you said, and
Yeah, the pictures look like professionals, like
so I can definitely agree with that. So, um,
But either way, what you stated about, we us as a people, we just need to mind our business. Either way, if it's going down out here like this, mind your business. If they out here playing games and pushing propaganda and they got actors out here, mind your business. The moral to the story is mind your business.
mind your business because you can try to play superhero if you want, they'll pop you too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know
Because they're at the end of the day, they doing something.
exactly. So yeah, that's all I say. Just mind your business. Everything not our fight. Um, let these folks, if they acting, let them act everything out and let them go on about their business.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're gonna get involved in something that you shouldn't have been involved in, then
Yeah.
unnecessary stuff happens. That's all I got to say for that.
And then, the question, arises, why is it so many ICE agents in uh Minneapolis or in the state of Minnesota? Like what's going on out there? If, you know, I would like to know a little bit more, why is their presence so heavy there? Like what's going on there? Um, is it a lot of, is there a lot of immigrants there? What's going on that they flooding the streets, and this is the second shooting in within, what, a month's time. So that's my question. What they doing out there anyways?
Well, they know something
Know
because,
something we don't know.
yeah, like I said, I don't want to dig up old stuff, but when 9/11 happened, you know, them foreigners or whatever,
It was, yeah.
before they actually carried out the plan of what happened on that date, these people lived, you know, on U.S. territory for years. Like they studied it.
Yeah, you saying that they the cells, those terrorist cells were
Yeah,
already here.
they was already here. So
Mm-hmm.
everything with the government, I'm pretty sure, because everything was it was a conspiracy behind that, and I know everything ain't about a conspiracy, but um I feel like at somewhat the government know who's here and who's not. I know they don't know everybody who here, but when it comes to these conspiracies of these big plans and these big dates like 9/11, even the whole COVID thing,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like all that's carried out. You know what I'm saying? So it could be some people down there that they know who down there, and all that. So you can't put nothing past nothing.
No, you can't. You most definitely can't. Um, yeah, so it's just a lot of agenda pushing, pen pushing. There's a lot of propaganda, get everybody in an uproar. People are so emotionally triggered. And then also, we got half of the country is going through a winter storm right now. So what better to do than to place this all over the news? People just sitting at home watching TV. So this is all they seeing. They seeing a constant replay of this. You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta start really. You can't just like be so quick to jump on the bandwagon of, oh, this is what's going on, and these people wrong. And wait a minute. First of all, let's hold on. Let's take a breather. Let's make sure that what you seeing, what they're putting out there, is that what's really going on, or is this what they want you to think is going on? That's just my take on it. I'm not saying I'm right. You know what I'm saying? That's just my take on it. Not trying to, make light of the situation. However, I'm just not going to be so quick to whatever the media puts out there just because it's on Fox News or it's on CNN that, oh, that's what's going on. I'm just going to take that verbatim. I'm not out there. You know what I'm saying? With all this technology, all this AI stuff, they can put anything on that television and then say and sell it to you as facts. And that could not be facts. I mean, just like you said, when all this that the corona stuff was going on, and they got on there and they was telling you that you need to get the you dig, the jibby jab, and oh, if you don't get it, then this is what's gonna happen to you. Like, man, look, y'all just got to be careful. And then let me ask this question. Where is Dr. Fauci at? We ain't seen him.
Dr. Fauci living a life in Miami. He living a life.
I'm just saying. So That's that. I ain't gonna go too. I ain't gonna spend too much time on that situation. But we did want to speak on it just a little bit. That is what's going on. So it's been another shooting, and our thoughts and prayers are with those who were affected. At the end of the day, we don't know what's going on, but we still want to be as sensitive as we can be.
Yeah, for sure. Like, if it's not fake, or if they're not pushing whatever they pushing, shout out to them people family, and our condolences to them.
Yep,
But like I said, y'all stay out the way.
out the way.
Don't hop in and try to play superhero
Mm-mm.
and wear y'all capes and all that, because it'll get you popped.
Period.
These
That
folks
part.
ain't playing. So
All right. So moving on. So I thought last night's live we was done with the whole Anton Daniels and Corey Holcomb saga, but this Winter Storm Anton continues. Okay, it continues. So it's now, and we did briefly talk about it last night, but this whole situation with Anton Daniels, and it was a young lady. Do you know her name by chance? The one that the whole punching situation. Is it Christina?
I forgot. I forgot that lady name.
Okay, well, that whole situation has resurfaced and is circulating once again, and it is putting Corey Holcomb in a very negative light. And to people that don't know the background of what actually happened, they just running off of what again was being pushed. Now, you know a little bit more about the situation, so I'm going to let you explain to the audience what he was accused of, and then how it all, what happened, how it panned out.
Yeah, he was accused of hitting the lady
Okay.
um, over an argument they had or whatever. And I don't even think it was an argument. I think the lady just popped in his face or whatever. And he was trying to tell her to chill. Like, I think her husband was there too. And he was trying to tell the husband, like, get your lady or whatever. And she stayed in his face, so he muffed her or whatever. So she took him to court on that. And like I said, I believe Corey, that's over with. Corey won that battle, but now it's like, what a coincidence. Since the whole Anton situation came, this is coming back out. And this happened like sometime last year. Like, they went to court for this for months, like several months. So, and all that was done last year. And we coming in a new year, and all of a sudden at the Anton little situation popped off. Now all of a sudden we coming out, and Corey did this and did that, the video coming out, and I'm afraid for my life, and I'm on interviews and all this extra stuff. I feel like that's I feel like that's cap. I think they just really just pushing this agenda, like we said with Anton. Anton's a plant. So obviously, I don't know. I feel like he behind it. He didn't pay some folks, and this is what they pulled out on him, and got it to the public. But like I said, this situation was beat already. It was handled. How you gonna come back out on something that was already said and done in court?
So I did catch a small clip of the 5150 show, and Corey was stating how this was a closed case. It was like a private case. It wasn't a public case. It wasn't publicly listed. He had missed his first court date, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And he made it to the second court date with witnesses. He brought witnesses with him and evidence, and presented it to the judge, and the judge dismissed it.
Mm-hmm.
He said that when he left court, when he was walking out of court, TMZ was outside waiting on him to ask him questions. And he was wondering, how did TMZ know to be there if this was a case that wasn't listed? So it was some funny business going on. Like he was set up.
Right, right. And I think, like I said on the last one, because Corey is so controversial and he speak against the machine, and the machine is Hollywood, that they're out to get him. They trying to bring him down. When you constantly going up against the machine, they try to take you out.
So do you think that Anton Daniels was sent, like he was on an assignment?
Yeah, I definitely think he was on an assignment.
So the moral to the story is, Aunt Corey Holcomb should have never had this man on his show.
Yeah, and I stand on that 10 toes down. As soon as it happened, I was like, why you even got this man on the show anyway? And like I said before, I finished the show. You know, um, I finished it. I watched all of it, but man, I ain't want to. I wanted to cut that show off because it was going nowhere. And I don't know, man. I feel like he should never had him on the show. If Corey would never had this man on the show, we wouldn't be talking about none of this.
Yeah, I think so. I think you are right.
I don't think the whole TMZ video would have came out or anything. Like that would have never came out.
And then, TMZ is supposed to be a credible entertainment news source. So for them to have pulled a trick like they did, now you got to look at them with the side eye. So that also, we can relate that to what we were talking about with the whole ICE shooting. Is what the media putting out there, is it 100% factual? Can you take these people as credible sources?
Right. Well, these days everybody money hungry, so I guess with TMZ,
money hungry and emotionally driven.
If there's enough money that's behind something, yeah, they'll throw it up out.
Yep.
Um,
and it creates a buzz.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Everybody's talking about it.
Yep.
And it's already hard out here for a Black man. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they're fighting anything with dealing with the court system, period. So for this man to get railroaded again for something that he was already proven innocent of, that's just not fair. It's like in the court of law, he beat that case. But in the court of public opinion, he's struggling. Because they trying to drag him. I mean, if you type in Corey Holcomb's name in Google, the first thing that pops up is this story with this lady. That's what's popping up. And this man is a long-standing comedian. So he can't even be known for his craft. He got to be known for controversy and mess.
Yep.
People don't work hard to earn a name, and then behind their name is just mess. I don't know. I think I honestly, like, I won't say I'm the biggest Corey Holcomb fan, but this right here, this is a mess. Like, he should have never gotten himself into this mess.
Oh, most definitely. And I don't really know who this lady is. I think she's a comedian or something.
Is she a comedian too?
I think she in that realm. Don't quote me on it. Don't quote me on it. But like I said, I do not like. I hate that Corey Holcomb even allowed this man on the show, and that's just my honest opinion, because none of this stuff would have popped off. I mean, this going on week 2, right?
It is, yep.
Yeah. Going on week 2 of all this Anton stuff.
Yep.
So yeah, that was a waste of time. It really was.
It was. Let's see. Let's get to these comments. The story is so old. I don't know why they bringing it back up. Yeah, yeah. We that's we trying to figure that out too. We think it's Anton. It's
Yeah, I
Anton
think it's
and yeah.
Anton because I forgot when it happened, but I want to say, shoot, in the second quarter of last year, this happened.
Oh wow, it's been that long.
I want to
Okay.
say I could be wrong, but it's been that long. That's how long it was in court for. Then he finally won.
So it should have been dead then.
Yeah, and I
So
think it was dead. I think everything was said and done in November. You know,
and now
if
here it
I'm
is.
correct.
We into a whole new year and they
Yeah,
it's popping back up.
here it is. We into a whole new year, and Anton set the year up, and now all of it, what a coincidence! This
Hmm.
popped back up when nobody didn't really know about it.
And the chick, she okay, so she was on TMZ. Then she also did an interview on Tasha K. Now I know Tasha K and Corey Holcomb have a little
Yeah,
they got a
they don't
little
see eye to eye. We're gonna go ahead and throw that out there.
it's a little shaky with them two. They got a little, a little discrepancy amongst them two. So in Tasha K's fashion, she would have this chick do an interview. And man, when I tell you, they are man, Corey is getting drug out here. So what else? Who is the lady? Yeah, Royal. I don't really know who the lady is. I'm sorry, I didn't do enough research. I don't really know who she is. I just know she is. She has accused this man of punching her in the face. That's
Yeah, I want
she's
to
the Corey
say
Holcomb accuser.
I could be wrong. I could be dead wrong. I want to say the lady is like a comedian or something. Like
Okay,
I
so
think
she's
she's in
kind of
the game.
in that
Yeah.
industry. Okay, okay. Um, a mess indeed. Corey all let's see is okay, it's all over social media right now trending for beat. Yeah, yes, he is definitely trending for some BS right now. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. So, like you said, this is week two. So now, he does his show only once a week. So when he gets done with his show, he gotta wait a whole week.
Right.
And some more stuff then popped up and festered on. So when he come back with this Tuesday in a couple days,
Mm-hmm.
he gotta address all this mess.
Yep. Yep. I think he made a little short with the Anton, which was
Oh
funny.
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah,
was funny.
yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I don't expect everybody to go sit up there and watch 5150 just to see what Corey's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people not a fan of him. I get it. I'm a fan of him, but I know he rub a lot of people the wrong way. So I'm not saying go on 5150 and watch, but yeah, 5150 come on every Tuesday. He hit live. I don't watch him until the following day because about time he's in LA. So for me, it'd be around that 10:30. So I don't, I ain't finna watch nothing that late, but
We'll just continue to follow the story, follow the saga as it continues. Yeah, that's about it. That's pretty much the little wrap up. I do feel like Anton Daniels probably right now is thinking he bit off a little bit more than he could chew, and now he's just grasping at straws at this point. He's just doing anything at this point.
yeah, I feel like he should have left that alone. He got into comedian lane. Like
Mm-hmm.
you challenged a comedian,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, comedian Corey is not a YouTuber. He
Mm-hmm.
have his little old, but that's not his prime. That's not what he practiced.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So uh when you hop up in that lane, he's gonna do what he naturally know how to do, which is
Mm-hmm.
comedy, which is retaliate in his way of
Yeah.
a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't get mad off how nobody retaliate. He's a professional comedian.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
he's not no other YouTuber that you going back and forth with. So you
Right.
got to respect him as such.
Mm-hmm.
So
And he's not even in the game of. I've never really heard of him having like a beef of or a back and forth with anybody, with the exception of Tasha K. But that was kind of deaded like quick. It wasn't like something that lingered on like this situation has. I mean, then he had his little thing with the other comedian, the Rawlings dude, I think.
Rollins, and then
But I mean,
Corey,
dude did show up to his show and help him.
he helped him, and then the whole Aries Spears thing.
Yeah,
and
so
then,
yeah, I guess you can't say Corey do have a little mess going on.
He had quite a few people on the show that ain't on that no more. So Corey, I ain't gonna sit here and say he don't be beating nobody. We ain't gonna do that. But that's my dog, though. That's like I like him as a. He in my top 5 of favorites. So that's just me. I ain't expecting nobody else to agree with me on that. But nah, I ain't gonna sit here and say Corey, got a stellar background. We ain't finna play that. Where like he ain't got no beefs.
Yeah.
Corey be having his beef.
Yeah.
So but yeah, that's that, man. Shoot. We just want to do a quick little live for y'all. That's all.
Yep, that's it. Since like I said, half the country is snowed in, iced in, whatever the case may be. But yeah, so that's pretty much that was it. We'll just keep checking in with everybody as different stories develop. We'll come and we'll have a conversation about it. Yeah. These are the conversations that you don't like, but they need to be had. So we gonna have them.
For sure, y'all mess with us, like, share, comment, subscribe. So yeah, we're gonna keep posting, and like I said, I really do enjoy these lives, so we're gonna keep on with that too. So, but as always, y'all stay prayed up, and we'll see you on the next one. We out.